Hey guys, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. You saw the title, Tom T. Hall's Greed Kills More People Than Whiskey. I can't even imagine what he's going to do with this one, but it's Tom T. And this was suggested by Matt Lott. Matt, thanks for the suggestion, my friend. And also, I have an idea that I'm probably going to pursue, which is a separate playlist in which I just assess and analyze lyrics, like no music, just look at the lyrics. And I just got that idea earlier today. And I'm like, God, I like that idea because I love words. It's basically what I assess on the channel anyway. So I'm thinking of going in that direction. In addition, of course, to doing my regular reactions that I do, but I'm thinking of adding that as just to do a deeper dive into song lyrics only. And anyway, we'll see how that goes. And certainly Tom T. Hall might have been the inspiration for that one. Here we go.
I was standing outside of a hotel in Houston, blinking my eyes in the bright morning sun. A fella next to me said, "Where are you headed?" I told him to Nashville, 'cause that's where I'm from. I said I had one or too many last evening. Brother, I damn near fell off of my steed. He said, yeah, whiskey gets 'em, and whiskey gets many. But listen, son, nothing kills people like greed. I said, huh, and I turned to him, and he was a cowboy, about 50 years old, in a big western hat.
I bet this is going to go in the direction of, like, whiskey could kill people, literally. But greed kills people's soul, like on the inside. They're still physically alive, but it kills their heart, their soul, their spirit, their drive, their whatever.
Sir, did you say that greed kills more people than whiskey? If my taxi don't come, tell me more about that.
No.
He said, I knew a guy who made millions on millions. Then he turned right around and made millions on that. He had crude oil and blue chips and good bonds and feedlots. He could touch an old steer and it'd just turn into fat. And he coveted money that other folks lived on. He never spent nickels he thought he could keep. It was money that made him a night hawk and a warrior, and soon it was money that robbed him of sleep. And they buried him deep in a West Texas graveyard. They put up a tombstone of all he had done. And I am the man that he fired for a few beers, but I'm sure feeling good in the West Texas sun. I shook hands with that man and I crawled in the taxi, and I thought of the two things I keep doing wrong. The man said that greed kills more people than whiskey, and I'm sitting here hungover writing a song.
Yeah, I know. When he said I'm on my way to Nashville earlier in the song, I'm like, all right, that's where the greed factor is going to come into it. You got to make a living, though. He's hungover, okay, not the best thing, and he's on his way back to Nashville. He's a songwriter, and I don't know if this is a true story or not. I don't think it is, but I think the sense of it is. And you go back and forth. Is this me it's sort of like there are traditional country artists, for example, who, or any artist, they bring their talent. It could be a fine artist who does painting and all. Now, a company might say, we have this string of hotels that wants some floral painting, and we're going to make prints of them and put them up and all. And this fine artist might have their master's degree in brilliant sense of texture and lighting and color. But this company wants something really simple that doesn't really take into account this artist's full talent. And then they say, well, do I want just very generic things just hanging willy-nilly in a hotel room? All these hotel rooms. And it's the balance to be struck between making a living and being true to your art. Artists that come to town like Mo Pitney or Tia Goins or someone, they might be able to be much bigger financial stars, if you will, if they sold out to Nashville style of repeat drum loops and being relatively uncreative with their lyrics and, getting a producer who knows how to please the labels. Fair enough. I mean, people will do that, and I don't begrudge them that, but there are a lot of artists who are like, I got to have creative control. Willie did that, and he paid a price for it for a while when he was down in Texas, but then, his career revived. I think Willie even thought about giving it up. Waylon, his own man, lots of artists. But then you've got artists who will start out as commercial successes, but as they get more commercial success and the labels need them more, they say, fine, but I have more creative control over my next album. They want to get back to doing what they do. But it's that yin and yang depicted in this song, except in this case, it was whiskey versus what he was saying was like the greed of going to Nashville or his line of work. But I think it was I think the full circle part of it is that he's capturing the story that this gentleman was telling him, greed kills more people than whiskey. But he's taking that guy's story and putting it in a song so he can make more money off it. So it's sort of been, this full circle indictment of himself, self-indictment. But all right, Matt, I'm going to rate this song. And the number that popped into my head immediately was a 9.2. Simple instrumentation, but classic Tom T. Hall. And yeah, I mean, this song certainly hasn't dissuaded my idea of just starting a lyrics-only playlist where that's all I do and we go back and forth in the comments assessing a song. There you go. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.
I said, huh, and I turned to him, and he was a cowboy, about 50 years old, in a big western hat.